the cage. If you're watching us on YouTube, we are live outside the cage. We might look a little different. We look very different. If you're seeing us on your screen, hopefully maybe we sound different too. Got a little pep in our voice, but we are here. We are live. Shout out to the Grid Network. Shout out to my brother Eric with all the merch already. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, baby. I just can't believe that right now I'm talking and these words are already on the internet. Like my last sentence is already out there, so we really can't slip up now. Y'all are about to hear
the pressure
everything.
is really on now. We got a great show lined up for y'all today. We got Fight Night recap. We got its pay-per-view fight week, UFC 288, 29, 288?
288.
288, Henry versus Aljo. Of course, we're going to get into that. There are some other big things that went down this weekend in the combat fighting world. And then lastly, we're going to finish off with, unless you've been living under a rock, it was NFL draft week, a special time of the year. We're going to do our own draft, UFC Champions Edition. But first, we have to talk about the main event this past weekend, Song Yadong versus Ricky Simone. Song Yadong puts on a masterclass, finally gets to finish in round 4?
Round 5.
Round 5, yeah. I was going to say round 5. Yep. Gets to finish in round 5. But before that was walking his way to an easy decision, I believe. Gets the win via knockout. What'd you think about that one?
Yeah, bro. I mean, when you go for the finish, when you're already winning in the 5th round, that just shows that you are out there to finish fights and that you are a dog, because he probably could have coasted to a decision, like you said, but he chose to do the opposite. And now he's inserted himself right back in the bantamweight mix. I've heard people saying that he's the dark horse of the division now. I feel like there's probably about 5 or 6 of those, but he's one of them. Man, just impressive, dude. Just showed that he was in that Corey fight. I mean, we knew it. It was the cut that ended it. Corey probably was winning slightly, but man, I was impressed by this guy. I had predicted Simone to win in the later rounds, but
I think one thing that I learned that this shows is there's just levels. I think we have a lot of these fights where it's a guy like Song Yadong that's fighting a young Ricky Simone who's kind of the up and coming guy and trying to get a feel for where he's at. Kind of saw the same thing with Gaethje and Fiziev, and it's just there's different levels. If you're not ready, you're not ready. And so Song Yadong, Justin Gaethje, guys like that, they're not ready to give up their place in the rankings. And I mean, you have to take the fight, but I mean, it's a good test. But when you lose, it's damn, Song is really who we thought he was. He's not ready to go yet.
100%, man. So, what are you thinking next for Song? I know we were throwing some things out there a couple weeks ago after 287.
I mean, we kind of predicted this. We were kind of in the situation, but after everything kind of fills it out this weekend, and I kind of digged into the rankings, got my matchmaking bag a little bit. I'm gonna go with Peter Yan. I think Peter Yan deserves a striking matchup. I think Peter Yan has kind of got the bad end of the draw in matchmaking this past couple fights. So
past few years,
I think, I like to look for fights where if whoever wins, it puts them on a pedestal or it speeds things up for them. And I think that's a good fight for them. I think if Peter Yan wins, Peter Yan shows he's still a top 4 or 5 cemented guy. And if Song Yadong wins, I think he puts himself right in the title contention.
Hey, low-key, Peter's kind of been the trampoline of the bantamweight division the last few years, huh? You fight him, and then you just bounce way up to the top. 3 at minimum if you beat Pete.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then the other one, the one that we had kind of been hyping up for the last couple weeks, was Rob Font. Just 2 guys who both beat some really solid contenders where they were Font and Song were both underdogs in those fights, even though they were kind of the more established guy in the division.
Same situation.
Yep.
Same situation for Font.
Yep, both underdogs. So let's throw them in there. Let them fight each other. But, I mean,
how far? Okay, so Song Yadong and Rob Font fight, or Song Yadong and Peter Yan. Let's just say Song Yadong and Peter and Rob Font for now. How close is the winner of that to a title?
That's the thing, is I feel like they would still need to fight a Peter Yan or someone like that. So if you're Song Yadong and they offer you Peter, you're 100% going to take that over Font.
Yeah.
So I think probably 1 away, the winner of Song and Font.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's tough in that division.
That's the thing. In a normal division, you'd
Yeah.
definitely be one away, but bantamweight,
Speaking
there's a
of
lot going on.
bantamweight, we have the bantamweight crown this weekend, this Saturday, Newark, New Jersey.
My hometown.
Henry Cejudo coming back, Triple C, to regain his title versus Aljamain Sterling. It's real. It's happening. Henry's here. So I know we don't have, we got our official predictions this week, later in the week, but where are you leaning right now? And if you had to make a prediction right now, what are you thinking and what are your thoughts on it?
I changed my mind one more time, and I think it's the last. Henry, the little man, Triple C, Cejudo. That's my pick. I think we'll see if it's still my pick on Thursday, but for now, I'm rocking with the
I think
triple.
I don't want to say, but like I've been reading a lot of stuff, and I think I'm gonna rock with Aljo. As of now, I'm gonna rock with Aljo. Countdown. I'm gonna try to not let Countdown change my mind a little bit. Try not let Embedded change my mind a little bit, but I don't know, man. I seen a stat that really got me. It was like guys like over 35 that like took such a long layoff off. They're like 2-33 or something, and like the only one who's won is like Woodley. I just don't know, man. Like I think they're so evenly matched, and even off Vegas. I mean, I haven't checked the lines this week, but last time I checked, it was close to like a pick'em. So like, and I just think so. Basically, Vegas is saying they're evenly matched, and then I just think that if you're telling me they're both evenly matched, give me the guy who's fought in the past 4 years.
And he's younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bigger, taller, longer. I just think that Cejudo, he's on that John Jones level of game planning and fight IQ.
Yeah. That's what's scary.
Yeah, I just think
it's a perfect matchup for him. Coming back for it. Perfect matchup coming back for him.
Because Aljo's number one way to win is in the grappling department.
Yeah.
And Henry is maybe the best wrestler on the roster, just pure wrestling right now.
Yeah, I think like this matchup for Henry is a better matchup than Cyril Gane was for John Jones.
Whoa.
I think matchup-wise. I think Cyril Gane was a bad matchup. I mean, it didn't matter because John Jones is the GOAT, but like I think matchup-wise, this is the perfect matchup. If you look at the top 5 in the bantamweight division, probably other than Merab, they're all good matchups for Henry.
Yeah, facts, dude. Because
I think Henry takes his chances with any wrestler in the bantamweight division, any wrestler in the world. He's an Olympian. He's a gold medalist.
He doesn't want to see young Sugar though.
No, he doesn't want to see Sugar.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's going to be an exciting time for the bantamweight division. It's been a while since we had some clarity in there.
Yeah, finally.
Even after the TJ fight, people were giving excuses for TJ since he got hurt, saying Aljo didn't really win that one.
Aljo's like, it's tough. Like every win Aljo has, it's like there's something connected. There's like an aspect for every win that he has.
Yeah. Even the second Peter Yan fight, majority, I'd say 85% of people agree that he won that fight on the scorecards, but he didn't really hurt him in the fight. He was just kind of on his back the whole time. Like, not like Islam and Volk, but kind of similar. Just like
he for sure like doesn't get the respect he deserves for like every win. There's something with it. TJ was hurt, but I think he beats TJ anyway. Peter Yan, the knee, obviously, and then they said it was the second fight was close. So yeah, I mean, this is a big win for Aljo. I think if Aljo wins this, I mean, I know he kind of talked about winning this, defending it against Sugar, and then going up to 45. But I mean, everyone has that plan until you don't. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm really excited for and like really happy to see is bantamweights getting a main event.
True, it's been a while since they.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, like bantamweights. We agree that it's probably the best division in the world right now, and they still co-main, they co-headline like this. I'm really excited for like they finally get the fight they deserve, like because this is a true main event.
Yeah, I think it's a shout out to the whole division as well, because just Henry and Aljo, it's not like either of them are mega draws, but I think everyone just wants to see who the champ of bantamweight is because bantamweight is such a great division right now. So. Yeah, shouts to our favorite division. We probably talk about them more, definitely talk about them.
It's like there's always so many storylines and so many questions in the division. It's like fuck, like we can have a whole show every single week on the bantamweight division.
Would Aljo? I mean, he'd have a strong argument for the bantamweight GOAT if he were to go out there and do what he said he was going to do. I mean,
he for sure gets in that conversation.
We all know he doesn't want to get into that alley with O'Malley, but we'll save that for another day. People probably are sick of hearing me talk about him.
Well, we can't wait for that card. be on the lookout for our preview show. We'll dig deeper into that, dig deeper into the whole card. We'll have our official money and betting picks for that one. This past weekend, though, there was a lot of un-UFC related fight news in the fight world. I think one event that stole the show was Bare Knuckle. We had Chad Mendes versus Alvarez, and we had Mike Perry versus Luke Rockhold. I watched the highlights of Mendes Alvarez. I did watch the full Perry and Rockhold fight. But yeah, I mean, I think like we were talking earlier, shout out to Bare Knuckle. They really stole the show for the weekend. What do you think about that? And what do you see in the future for Bare Knuckle?
Bro, I mean, I heard Eddie Alvarez say this in the post-fight presser, which was really dope, by the way. It was just Eddie and Chad Mendes sitting right next to each other, passing the mic back and forth like they were best friends after just beating each other's faces in
for 3 rounds.
Yeah, which is dope. And Eddie said that this reminds him of what the UFC was like 15 years ago. And I mean, obviously he's going to be a company man because they just paid him a shit ton of money. But I see it, dude. They have a good thing going on. I like the circle because there's nowhere to escape in there.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get out, you're getting right back into something. We saw that with Luke Rockhold. Mike Perry was just walking him down, just body.
Yeah.
Head. You see the picture of Rockhold's teeth?
Yeah. So Luke Rockhold and Mike Perry. Mike Perry wins via knockout. We kind of said it like in the beginning. I guess kind of disrespectful to say because like I wouldn't want to be there either. But like I just feel like Rockhold did not want to be there, and he said it after the fight. Like I'm done with the bare knuckle shit.
To check that one off.
You gotta be a different animal, bro. Because I feel like if that's in an MMA setting in UFC, like just the last time we seen Rockhold versus Costa, I think he beats Mike Perry in MMA. But like that bare knuckle shit, bro, like that just perfectly fits Mike Perry for what he does, and like I think that's why he has success in that organization. He's undefeated, 3-0. We did get, it never seems to go away. Conor McGregor walks into the bare knuckle, what do you want to call it, circle, faces off with Mike Perry. Says on Instagram he's gonna come to bare knuckle if it happens, it happens. But what would you like? Obviously, I'm not even gonna ask this question because obviously we know the answer. But like, what would you think about Conor and bare knuckle?
Gosh, bro. I mean, I don't think he wants to mess up his face like that.
Yeah.
And mess up his hands, but dude, you can't count Conor out because he wouldn't be fighting if he didn't just love this shit and didn't have a couple screws loose because he's made more money than 99% of businessmen will ever make in their life. So, yeah, man, you never know. I'd like to say it's probably around a 5% chance of it actually happening.
I think Conor, the businessman, I think if he does a bare knuckle, it'd be on his own promotion.
Ooh, like a McGregor bare knuckle fight.
Yeah, no, like I just think he would just like, hey, like I'm gonna fight so and so, like bare knuckle. We're gonna do it on our own. Like I don't think he would do it like in an organization. He wouldn't make enough money, like for what if he would do it on his own.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I want to know how much bare knuckle's paying because they were making it sound like
I heard they did $1 million gate from my sources. They did $1 million with gate.
Nice,
not bad.
Yeah, dude. Shout out bare knuckle. It's good to have competition. Yeah. It's good to have someone keeping the UFC on their toes, 100%. Because sometimes, not lately, but there were eras where there'd be a month or two span where we're like, come on, now it's the best y'all can do for us.
Yeah. But, do you like that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you like the boxing setting, or would you like to see like at least kickboxing?
Bare knuckle, dude. I know you and me. We both hate the tie-ups. We're greedy fans out here, so the tie-ups definitely.
There's tie-up in kickboxing too, though. So
yeah,
I just feel like since I watched UFC and MMA so much, like every time I'm watching something else, and there's a tie-up, even if it's 2 seconds, it feels like it's so long.
Yep, and it's like, man, if this was a real MMA fight, I would be a takedown right there, a knee in the clinch,
or they just wouldn't, or they wouldn't even do it.
Yeah. Because so many times that's what they do when it's their last resort. They just hug the other guy. And
that's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't go into the clinch. Some people wouldn't go into the clinch if they didn't like. That doesn't. You don't clinch that much in UFC.
No,
they don't want to.
Yeah, unless you're Charles or something like that. But he's very, very comfortable there, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it. Like they kind of want to keep the focus on like people punching them with their bare hands. So you kind of wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I don't mind it. I watch it. I will continue to watch it. It's got to be big names for me, though. I don't know why, bro. Like, it's something about, like, I can watch UFC and MMA all day, bro, but I cannot watch, like, even, like, on Twitter, bro, when I see, like, street fights, like, I just cannot watch that shit, bro. I don't know why. It's like something in my brain that like just tells me like because I guess I like we talked about before. I look at like MMA like an art. So it's like watching like an artist and like it's just crazy. But like
Yeah.
when I see like street fights or like shit like that, it's hard to watch, bro.
It's because they're not trained. Like someone could die and hit their head off
bro.
the tree.
Like people would think like I like seeing people get like kicked in the head and shit. Like
No.
I really don't. I just like when it's MMA, like because I know how like that shit's like set up and like it takes a lot to set it up and it's like different shit behind it. It's just like chess. But like I don't know, bro. That's why it's hard for me to watch like the bare knuckle shit. But when you got big names like that,
my hands hurt when I'm watching it, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know how they don't break their hands because fighters with gloves on break their hands in a lot of fights. Probably 30.
I would love to know like the commission's feelings on that too. Like, what is because I know a lot of times in UFC, like the commission will give them a 60-day recovery. You can't fight for 60 days. I would imagine it's more in fucking bare knuckle.
Yeah, dude, with the hands, and even if you win the fight, broken hands probably. It takes a different.
They're definitely on the right track.
Type of person.
I didn't watch too much of the like actual what would you call it? Like the actual stream. So I didn't really get to see like what they do when there's not fights going on. I know you said that they kind of move quick and that was good.
They move really
quick. Where was this fight at?
It was in honestly, I don't even remember, but it was a cool arena. They had sick walkouts with smoke and everything. But yeah, they were just going fight after fight after fight. It would literally be the guys would walk out and then they'd start the music for the next guy. So it's just no breaks. Shit. I was watching on my phone because I was at the Dodger game watching the GOAT Clayton Kershaw put a gem out there. So I wasn't fully invested on the couch, but I rewatched when I got home. And yeah, dude, I messed with it. They're trying to do something different, not showing hype videos, just fight after fight after fight, because you can't just try to copy the UFC or have the same exact template as them.
Yeah.
So
one thing watching that made me think, what is we got two picks here. I'm going to ask for 2 questions here. Not 2 questions, but you got 2 matchups for your dream bare knuckle fight matchups.
This one took a little thinking because right off the bat, it's like I want to see some guy like Suga fight anywhere or Max, but I don't know, dude.
It's gotta be like some crazy motherfuckers.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they got in there, probably broken hand. They're more technicians. So for my first matchup, this one, the age is a tiny bit different, but let's just imagine they're both in their primes. We got Nate Diaz versus Dustin Poirier. Just a boxer, just an MMA boxing dream matchup, right?
I feel like I'd favor Nate in that shit, bro. I feel like Dustin's crazy, but he's not fucking like you got to be crazy, bro.
I think Dustin's got a little crazy to him. I remember seeing some videos when he was younger with the buzz cut on this documentary they had of one of his gyms. He was kind of one of those screws loose guys who seemed like a little bully in the gym. So I think he's got that deep down from Lafayette, Louisiana, the hillbilly, as Connor said.
I feel like too, like you're either gonna fight or flight in that shit when that shit comes on. And I don't think Dustin's gonna run.
Bro, Luke really flew.
Yeah, Luke did flew.
He said, "I'm done." Even Mike was. I think, dude. At first, I wasn't watching with sound, so I thought it was like a nut shot, and they stopped.
Bro, I seen the body shots, and I was like, "Fuck!" And then he backed away, and I was like, "Oh, he's just tired of getting fucking hit."
Can't blame it. Mike just walks away. He's like,
"Yeah."
Bro, Mike is hilarious. He has a lot of funny moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, putting on for the whole country of Africa. So that's pretty sweet for him. So Nate versus Dustin for my first matchup. You know me, always jumping around off topic. And then for my second one, it's kind of a little casual fan matchup right here, but it would be a banger nonetheless. Let's go 5 years in the past and have Masvidal versus Conor McGregor, bare knuckle. We know Masvidal is about the bare knuckle action because we've seen it in the backyard. Timbo slice.
Facts.
And McGregor, he's about it, as it seems. So
too slicey for him.
There's my other one right there. That would be just the promos for that. I mean, in any organization.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think if they do that, they can do that on their own and not be a part of Bare Knuckle FC.
That's Game Bread Promotions or something like that.
Yeah. But then it's also like I feel like they could make the same amount of money if they did a boxing match. So it's like, why the fuck would I want to break my hands?
That's the thing, dude. Like, I don't know what the draw is to bare knuckle for those guys who can make close to it boxing.
I guess. Can they though?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably only the top boxers. If bare knuckle starts to gain
But I don't know, dude,
popularity,
because I seen Masvidal boxing, like Game Bread boxing. They paid all Jose Aldo like 400K.
we'll
So
see
I
how
don't know
long
what
it's
Bare
around
Knuckle's making.
for. We will see how long they can do that for because
Yeah.
a lot of those promotions, I know they'll pay huge
They
money
start
at
off
first.
heavy.
Like when's the last time you heard about Eagle FC?
Yeah, that's true.
Remember they
Tough.
had the Dream Broadcasting team. They had Chael and Henry and Usman, I think, and
Yeah. Kevin
maybe
Lee was debuting at the 165 division.
yep. And then now we haven't even heard about it since. So fight promoting, it's a hard thing to do. I know people
Yeah.
bag on the UFC for not paying their guys enough,
But
but
they're there every week.
you really think those guys on the early prelims are generating $15,000-$20,000 worth of revenue? I mean, maybe I'm not a business
No, no
analyst, but
chance.
I wouldn't assume so off the top of my head.
No chance. All right, let me get to my matchups here. I got some good. I'm surprised you didn't pick this one here. Like not this fight, but one of these guys. So my first matchup is Derek Lewis versus Alistair Overeem. I want to see some heavyweights in that bitch.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to see some heavyweights. I think.
die.
Yeah, someone would for sure die. I don't know if that one gets cleared, but I just think that one ends quick, and I just think I would love to see those dudes just throw bare hands.
Is Alistair, is he in the USADA pool? Or are we talking no
No.
USADA for
No
Alistair?
USADA. Tough.
Oh,
If he's no USADA, he might win right now.
yeah,
that's
dude.
tough.
That is Ubering, right?
That's one of the ones where it's like, bro, I couldn't watch that shit. That's just too scary.
That would be some tension right there, bro.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
That'd be dangerous, real dangerous.
And I don't think you can have a Derek Lewis versus Francis style fight in that setting just because it's so small in there.
Yeah, they look really big in there.
They would probably take up the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be over in the first round.
Either way, I like that. What you got for your other one?
This is my favorite one here. This is my favorite one because I think both guys are fucking really crazy. Nate Diaz versus Justin Gaethje.
Whoa.
I think
there's no way Justin wouldn't throw a leg kick.
I think like bare knuckle is the perfect place for Justin Gaethje.
You can't do the leg kicks though is the only thing. But yeah, dude, he's gonna fucking.
I think both those dudes don't go to they don't get finished. So I think we see a full 3-5 round fight of dudes just teeing off on each other.
Kind of like Mendez Alvarez, but even more.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like those.
I think Nate Diaz and bare knuckle versus Justin Gaethje is the matchup for real. I think that's the one that people would love to see.
And they could definitely, I could see there being some funny press conferences for that too. Gaethje's not like a huge draw on the mic, but he'll talk a little back and forth.
But I don't even think that one needs to be like because like Alvarez and Mendez, like they're not huge draws, but like we've seen them before, and I think that's why it works in bare knuckle because like we've seen those guys before, and it's like, oh, I want to see them fucking fight bare knuckle. Like I don't think in bare knuckle you have to be really great on the mic.
Yeah,
like, I think Nate Diaz and Justin Gaethje's careers like speak for themselves. So I think like them fighting, they don't even need to do a fucking press conference. They can just fight, and we're gonna watch.
I agree with that. Did we talk about Nate's New Orleans altercation at all?
No.
What'd you think of that?
I think it's Nate Diaz. Like I don't know. Like it just knows. Like when I seen it, it was just like, oh yep, that's Nate Diaz. Sounds about right. No, but he was tripping all day. Like he was. You see him throw the water bottle at the guy.
That was the same day?
Yeah, same night. Like, bro, he just can't be out in public. He's fucking too many screws loose.
Bro, I wonder how he is when fans approach him. Like, if they're like, yo, Nate. Like, if he's like, get the fuck away
I just think he's fucking, like, I don't know, bro. I think you never know.
It did look like that guy went up to him kind of looking for trouble, though. Because
Stop.
He went up. Okay.
Bro, he was like this.
All right. I heard the wise Sugar Sean. He was saying if you walk up to someone like this, you could still go poof, poof, really quick.
Oh my gosh.
So that's not a.
So we're just assuming that every time. Like every time someone does that, we're just like, oh, he's trying to fight.
That's a. I don't have a gun. That's something you do if you're in a gun situation.
He was trying to he wasn't like this. He was like, hey, like calm down, like we're good. It wasn't like this.
And then I didn't watch it, but someone said in a slow-mo breakdown, the reason Nate got the guillotine, the reason he was able to is because the guy changed levels to shoot for a takedown. And that guy, it turns out that he's an amateur fighter or a low-level pro. So he's not just some Billy Bob off the street. He definitely knew who Nate Diaz was. And he's a YouTuber.
Yeah.
What better? I mean, we're talking about him right now. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know it, but you know me with my conspiracies.
No, I just feel like, I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, you can't let the person throw first or whatever. Like, you want, but like, bro, he didn't have to be in that situation in the first place.
What
So
did
too,
Uncle
like, I
Tail
see both
say?
sides. The dude who walked up to him, like, don't walk up. Nate wasn't really trying to start anything. I'm sure he would have, but like, I don't know. You know how I feel about Nate, bro. So it's just like, it's fuck it. It's just Nate.
His lawyers will get him out of it, though.
Yeah,
I think there's some statement that they were good, so we chilling.
Yeah, he's good. So this weekend we had the NFL draft. Did you like what your Giants did? I haven't talked to you about it. Did you like what the Giants did?
I loved it. Jalen Hyatt in the 3rd round, Bolitnikov Award winner. Still got the route tree to develop, I think. But yes, dude, I'm big on the Giants. We got a center who's a 5-time all-academic Big Ten, whatever of the year. Smart guy. I've heard that's huge at the center position because they're like the quarterback of the line. They're calling stuff out. So, yeah, and then we got a DB. He'll be alongside the great Adoree Jackson next year.
The great Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson's great now?
Dude, I saw him live at USC when they played Notre Dame.
That's crazy. We live in a world where Adoree Jackson's great.
He is a great athlete. He almost made the Olympics for long jump.
He's a really good sprinter. He's an Olympic track star. He's just not a very good football player.
His 1st round DB. This is his 3rd contract, 2nd or 3rd contract.
How many teams?
Average NFL career is like 6 months.
No, okay. We can say he's good. He's not great. I don't think he's good, but we can't say great.
The USC great.
Okay, I get it. But anyway, that made me think I want to do some drafting. It's not time for fantasy football yet, sadly, but we're gonna draft here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 champions in the men's side. We're gonna take 4 each. UFC champions draft. We're just going off pound for pound. Like if we're going to a dark alley, these dudes are pound for pound. Who we want with us? That's how we're gonna rock. So I'll be nice, brother. I'll give you the first pick. Who do you got for us? You're on the clock.
Why, thank you. With the first pick of the draft, Team Eric selects none other than the GOAT, John Bones Jones. Even if he is 35, he's the GOAT. Last night I watched the Ultimate Fighter season with him and Chael, and I was just rewatching his IQ and seeing how smart that dude is. He's just put on this earth to fight and beat the shit out of people.
Cemented number 1 pick for sure.
Yep. For sure. Would have been the number 1 pick 10 years ago, still is today.
Yeah, literally.
Insane.
Yeah, literally. My next pick, you know where I'm going to go. Give me the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. What else to say? I mean, put himself in the UFC Mount Rushmore, best middleweight of all time, coming off the biggest win of his career in the biggest rivalry, in one of the biggest rivalries in UFC history. No one better. No one more box office either. No one more box office. Sells out Madison Square Garden. Then he comes over, does more money in Miami.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What else to say about the man? So give me Izzy, because I'm going to win fights and I'm going to sell tickets. So give me Izzy.
The last style bender. I can't believe I'm getting this guy in the 2nd round. I'm going way down under.
Yeah, I got fussed getting the 2 pick, but it's all good.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, whoever gets 1 and 3 is really chilling in this draft.
Yeah, it's all good. No, it's all good.
Alex Volkanovski, that's my 2nd pick. Has a strong argument to be the 1st overall pick on this draft. Pound for pound, especially. If we're counting him as a featherweight.
Yeah.
Sheesh. He's an animal. Not really much to say. His nickname's The Great. He lives up to it. He's great. He's fighting Yair, International Fight Week. We'll be there. Boots on the ground. Let's go, baby.
So, my team, we got to counter that. So give me the guy who, by UFC, by the record books, no quotes. It's in the record books, in the proof. Give me the guy that beat him, Islam Makhachev. So, after 2 rounds, I have Izzy, you have Islam. Or I have Izzy, I have Islam, you have John, you have Volk. Only one who's won a fight, who fought, is Islam. So technically I'm up. So give me Islam.
Shit. What about John?
Yeah, John and Izzy haven't fought. We don't know how that go.
Oh, between the two.
I'm saying like all the guys we have, only 2 have fought.
Yeah, I think
So I'm
I
1-0.
think I know how that one would go, but pound for pound, not pound for
We
pound.
can't talk about it. We don't know.
That
You
argument.
can't.
I
Hey,
know.
you can't talk about things that haven't happened.
All right. Oh, we do. I feel like we do a lot of that on this show, the hypotheticals and shit. But
All
it's
right,
cool.
your turn.
With my third rounder,
I'm gonna see where you're gonna go here. It's interesting.
I'm going to your home country. I'm taking the flyweight, Brandon Moreno.
I like it.
He's maybe one of the longest champions right now, and I don't really see anyone beating him for the time being. So that's right. He's young. He was the only guy in the top 15 pound for pound list under 30 years old back when we made that video, top 5 pound for pound in 2025. So yeah, Moreno, future's bright. I don't think it's the toughest division in the UFC, so he should be able to run it.
I like it. So we got left on the board: Aljamain Sterling, Leon Edwards, Jamal Hill. I'm gonna go. I got 155 and I got 185. I'm gonna continue to go big here. Let me get Jamal Hill.
That was gonna be my pick.
Yep. I think Jamal Hill, same as kind of like you were talking about Moreno. I think he holds the belt for a while. I think until we get Yuri back or until we see what Pereira does at 205. I think I like Jamal Hill's reign at light heavyweight. And again, I think we got someone here who's box office too.
Yeah, he's a good on the mic too. Funny social media videos. I think he could definitely start to become a mainstream star with a couple more defenses. I like that. So through 3 rounds, I got John Jones, Alexander Volkanovski, and Brandon Moreno. And Dimes has Israel Adesanya, Islam Makhachev, and Jamal Hill.
Sweet dreams.
In the last round, I am going to take none other than Leon Edwards, the Brit.
Yeah.
These were, I don't know, I think they're both the last 2 picks on the board because they'll probably be the ones defending soonest.
No,
no, Leon didn't get booked for England.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think it was that for me. I don't know. I like the other guys better.
Yeah, I think he's less vulnerable than Aljo. Not by a lot. But
so that leaves me with Aljo. So I have Izzy, Islam, Jamal Hill, Aljamain Sterling. You have John Jones, Volk, Moreno, Leon. We'll clip that up, get that up on the socials, see which team you like more. Mind you, I got a bad draw. I got a bad pick. I had to maneuver my way around, I had to trade back in the drafts, get some guys late that, so
I guess we could have done a snake draft. That probably would have been a little more fair, low key.
Yeah, definitely. Because now
I didn't even think about that.
Izzy and Volk, you'd have been in hell. See, the first 2 picks. See, look, I think you're only better than me at your first 2 picks. Okay. So I think you're better at John Jones and Volk than I am in Izzy and Islam. But the thing is, Islam's beat Volk. So if that's the place you're better at, and I want to know there, because I think Jamal Hill and Aljo is better than Moreno and Leon.
Yeah, some people think Volk beat Islam. We don't have to talk about.
We can't talk about what people think or what could have been or what should have been. Like this ain't could have been records. This is what's happened. And in my record book, in my Google and my phone, it says that Islam beat Volkanovski. That's all we need to know.
I heard they changed the Wikipedia in Australia. If you go and look at it.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right.
And I'll give you your last 2, Jamal and Aljo. I don't know. I still like Moreno and Leon personally. I think Moreno's more established than the other 3 guys. He gives me a little boost, but yeah, Aljo does have more defenses than Leon.
I know it's pound for pound, but you got a small roster. Wow,
I do. I didn't realize I have yeah, but John, I got the heavyweight champ.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know. Yeah, so, because say we're doing like a 4v4, I guess I would have to do John versus. I don't know. What if there's a magic pill?
John's got to take Jamal. Leon's got to take Izzy.
If there's a magic pill you could take where it makes them all the same size, how would you match up against my guys?
I think the only mismatch problem we have is John Jones. I think Islam matches up with Volk. I think Jamal Hill and Leon, and then Aljo and Moreno.
Yeah. So I might get the edge.
No, we'll figure it out. We'll scheme something up.
Facts. We could run some simulations.
On a one-on-one game. Speaking of schemes and one-on-one games, I got to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, my favorite player of all time. And my favorite player of all time is not even close. My favorite player for the past 10 years, since not even since I've been alive, just since
Rondo.
Since first MVP, since his first finals, he's been my favorite player, cemented. But like these past couple years, I've really been like harping on like this dude's the fucking best player in the world. And I truly believe he's the best player in the world. Wardell Stephen Curry drops 50 in a Game 7, most points in Game 7 history on the road in Sacramento. Ain't no fucking beam getting lit from the beginning of the game. Just a heroic performance. He won a Game 7 with Kevon Looney being his second best player. We didn't get shit from Clay. We didn't get shit from Wiggins. Draymond was Draymond. Jordan Poole was on his bullshit. Bro, as a Steph fan, I hear it all. We win a big game. Oh, save the day, Clay. Oh, Wiggins. Oh, you guys have a good roster. There was none of that shit, bro. So there was nothing no one could say. There was nothing no one could say. Clay was fucking 2 for 11, fucking throwing up heat checks, 0 for 7, missing free throws. Wiggins missing layups. His second best player was Kevon Looney, bro. Like
Looney was great.
Like it's crazy to me, like, and I shouldn't get mad at it because like they're finally starting to realize, but then I think I just get mad because like you're barely realizing. Like they're talking about we really got to have the conversation of Steph being top 7 ever. Like, bro, like that's fucking been like it's not even close. Sure. We gotta have the conversation of Steph being the best point guard ever. It's not even close. He's been the best point guard ever. Like I just don't like everyone's so behind and they don't get to appreciate the greatness that comes with it every single night, man. Like they don't understand. He hasn't lost under Steve Kerr. They haven't lost a Western Conference Finals, a Western Conference playoff matchup.
No way.
Steve Kerr's 16-0 in Western Conference playoff matchups. The only time Steve Kerr's lost is in the finals.
Golly.
It's just greatness, man. And people really need to start respecting it and really starting to appreciate it because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. What else does he have to do? I already said, don't like, to me, I was complete when they won it last year without KD. That was complete for me. And I said last year, like, don't let us win it this year. But like, I'm gonna say it again for like probably the 100th time on this show. Don't let us fucking win it again this year. So I'm gonna give it to you to talk, bro. Sorry, I'll go out all day. So you can tell me what.
No, I love hearing it.
You can tell me how Steph great is. Go ahead.
He is great. He's one of my favorite players as well. I mean, you can't deny the fact that he changed the whole game of basketball. I think before he was in the league, it didn't really matter if your center could make a 3 or not. But now just about everyone has to be able to shoot because they see how valuable that man and his play style is. And I also heard about that little pump-up speech he gave after Game 6.
I don't always talk, but I'm going to say something.
We need we need that in the doc, huh?
Come on.
In 20 years from now? Bro, but you saw the bad body language from Jordan Poole on the bench in Game 6, on his usual bullshit, like you said. I was thinking, shoot, is this the beginning of the end?
No.
But Steph said, I'm putting this on my shoulders. We're either going to win with me or we're losing with me tonight. And he said,
put all the emotions, put everything aside. If you don't want to put it aside, don't get on the bus. But if you get on the bus, I'm taking that as you're rocking with me and let's go to war. Fucking tough. And he puts up 50.
I just want to know, I don't think it would have made that much of a difference because he was unstoppable. But did you find it weird that Mike Brown totally went away from Davion Mitchell? Like, didn't even try to put him in there to slow down Steph?
Hey, I said it, bro. Like, we tricked Game 6. Game 6 was a terrible performance. But, like, I was still like, bro, like, Game 7, they haven't been there before, bro. They're going to shit their pants. And that's what happened. Bro. We've been here before. I said it all series. We're down 2-0. I said it. We've been here before, bro. Like, I'll take our chances in a big game. I'll take our chances in Game 7. Like, I'm not worried about it, bro. We got winners. We got dudes with championship pedigree. Our coaching staff's been here before. Like, I'm not worried about that. The only person who's been there for them is Harrison Barnes, and I've seen what he's done in Game 7 thousands of times. Trust me.
Hey, heard her on the Hawks.
Trust me, bro. Like, I've seen this story before. But now we get our matchup. And shouts Stephen Braun, bro, because these dudes are goats for real. Shout Stephen Braun for being able to play at this high level, knocking off 2 young teams in Memphis and Sacramento. So shout out Stephen Braun. This is gonna be a masterclass performance, masterclass matchup.
Bro.
I think they gave us, in my opinion, in my lifetime, they gave us the best finals ever. When Braun won in Game 7.
That's hard.
No, that's the best finals ever to me.
The Heat Spurs was close for me.
Bro, being down 3-1 and coming back, that's the best finals ever. That's the best. And I'm saying that, and we lost it. Like, that's the best finals ever. I can tell you where I was for every single game.
Don't you think, though, if Draymond didn't get suspended, it's over in 5 or 6?
That's like part of the storyline, and like the storyline is like what makes everything so great about it. Like, it was the best fucking finals ever. Like that, like it was just so much shit, bro. Like, no one's scoring for 2 minutes. Braun gets the block. Like, Braun and Kyrie combining for fucking 70, 80, whatever the fucking was. Like that's just it.
And you had Kyrie and Steph going head to head for 7 games. That was goated. Kyrie really held his own that series. That was cold.
Kyrie was special.
Still is, dude. He's one of my favorite players out there.
I know you're predicting you to win. How many games do you win in?
The Lakers, I feel like you guys are kind of like this too. Sometimes we're unbeatable, and sometimes any team in the league could beat us. Just the way we play. So I don't know, dude. I kind of think Looney and Draymond might bully Anthony Davis pretty badly. But it just depends which Anthony Davis shows up.
Do you not have you guys winning? Is that what I'm hearing? You don't have yourself winning?
No, Lakers in 7.
Okay. Feel it.
What do you got?
You're gonna win Game 7 in Chase Center?
Yeah, just like LeBron did in 2016.
Okay, I feel it. I think Warriors get the job done.
In 5?
In 5.
Are you gonna be laying anything down on that?
No, not at all.
No.
I might look at a series price. I haven't looked at the series price yet. I'll lock in tomorrow. But no, I just think, I don't know. I think where we have the strong advantage is I think we have, I just don't think you guys have an answer for Steph. Like, I think the Kings had bodies to throw at Steph. I don't think they had certainly like guys, but they had bodies. They had Davion Mitchell, Keegan Murray.
Davis.
Terrence Davis came in, gave some good minutes. But like, I just don't see, other than Vanderbilt, and possibly a Schroeder, who you guys throw on him. And then I think too, like, we've seen it in a lot of these series, like, it's all about adjustments. And I fucking do not trust Darvin Ham to make adjustments. That's what it comes down to for me. Like, I think we by far have the biggest coaching edge, like, in the series that you could possibly have.
Over Spo? All right.
No, because I like Thibodeau defensively. I think Thibodeau does a lot of stuff defensively, but I just don't see what Darvin Ham does much.
Yeah, I
gotta see it.
I don't know ball like you do, so I can't really tell what's the coach and what's the players that easily. But I do hear a lot. I
want to see what Darvin Ham does a lot in the pick and roll coverages. I want to see how he makes adjustments to that.
Just seems like he's a leader of men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel it.
Leader of men. That's a good thing to have on the top of the resume.
But can't wait for that series. We got the main event pay-per-view 288. Aljo versus Henry this weekend. We will be live on Thursday or Friday. What you want to do, brother?
To be determined. I got to check my schedule.
Our live show, complete preview, every fight on the card, betting advice, betting picks, round totals, anything and everything y'all want. We've been hitting on a pretty good clip. I'll throw y'all a juicy parlay. You know I'm coming with the play of the day, so be on the lookout for that. Got anything else to add?
And also, we're going to start a little competition with y'all, the listeners. So if you guys have been listening to the show, for most cards, we give our play of the day, our parlay, our underdog of the day, and our snipe of the day. So if you guys want to start leaving those down in the comments before a card as well, I could cook up a little Excel sheet, keep all our stats. Whoever wins might get a little merch package sent to them for free, something cool like that.
Win that shit. Can I win it?
Just in the spirit of
competition. Can I enter?
Shit. Yeah, you could enter.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone could enter as long as you must be over 21 and live in a qualifying state.
Oh, exactly. So we got to put the fine print right here on the bottom.
Yep, we'll get that. And big shout out to the grid as well. All of this that you're seeing on the screen right now would not be possible without especially Barry and Ryan giving us lots of mentorship through all of this, answering any questions we have. I'm sure we've been bugging them a little bit, but hey, we're learning. Pretty soon we'll be able to do it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody. My brother, thank you for all this. Couldn't do this without you, as always. That's a wrap. Our first episode on the grid. We'll be back. Thank you,
Yes,
everybody.
sir. And if you guys like this merch, these hats, these polos, shirts, you can go online. We'll put the link in the bio. It's probably already there on the Grid's YouTube channel. But yeah, 6 shirts, great prices, great quality. You can customize them so you can make the logos however big or small you want. You could do whatever with it. It's just like an art that you could just paint on with outside the cage logos. So
yes, sir.
pretty sweet.
That's right, everybody. Thank you. We're out.
Doses.